Du Bois County Community Foundation CEO Brad Ward moves into a national position. Huntingburg City Council meets. Du Bois County media present the top 12 sports and news stories of 2015 to the Chamber and Rotarians. On WJTS Inform, Joanne Canese gives advice on abuse prevention. These stories, sports, and WJTS Inform are coming up in the 18 WJTS News. Hello, this is the WJTS News. I'm Bill Potter. The Du Bois County Community Foundation will be looking for a new leader as CEO Brad Ward has announced his resignation after accepting a position as Director of Community Philanthropy, with the Council on Foundations. The Council on Foundations is a nonprofit leadership association of grant-making foundations and corporations. In a news release, Ward says the community should be proud of the team's achievements, including the successful merger, the growth from $15 to $30 million in assets in the past few years, and the opportunities it affords the region. Ward says he's proud of what's been accomplished for the community and says he knows it will continue to thrive. The Du Bois County Community Foundation is a member of the Council on Foundations and holds its national accreditation through the Council. Headquartered in Washington, D.C., the Council provides leadership and support to over 400 member community foundations. Ward's position will provide thought leadership on and service on national issues of community philanthropy and direct support to the field of community foundations across the United States. Foundation Board President Pat Miller says Ward has gained a national reputation in the community foundation field. The board will appoint a search committee to find a new CEO and assess the organization's needs to identify the characteristics, strengths, and expertise needed to the next CEO. Meanwhile, Nona Baker, Director of Programs, will oversee day-to-day operations in the interim. The Huntingburg City Council Tuesday night were provided with a number of reports, including an update on local housing issues. Du Bois Strong President Ed Cole told the council the Economic Development Group's housing study and plans will help bring new workforce housing to local communities such as Ferdinand, Jasper, and as well as Huntingburg. Also, Cole touched upon the closing of the Alcoa Warwick Operations smelter in Newburgh. Cole says he's looking to work with local workforce development to find positions for those losing their jobs from the closure. The producer of lightweight metals plans to permanently close the Warwick County smelter by the end of March. The move will affect 600 jobs. In other business, Tuesday night, the Huntingburg Council listened to Energy Superintendent John Rudepoler, who provided information about maintenance and housekeeping completed by the Energy Department during recent periods of inclement weather. Rudepoler says the work, including overhauling a wire trailer that had been rusted, bid specifications were sent out for the department's new digger truck, and Rudepoler asked the council to consider keeping the old truck instead of trading it in. The trade-in value, which was appraised by Altec of Indianapolis, was significantly less than Rudepoler thought it would be. So he believes it would be best to keep the truck as a backup. Rudepoler also asked for authorization to enter into a contract not to exceed $10,000 with Annexter Wire and Cable of Glenview, Illinois, to test all city electricity meters. The council also approved the city's energy department's expenditure of $9,041 for lineman training from the Indiana Municipal Electric Association. This coming Monday, February 1st, is the deadline that a joint committee from the Jasper Public Library Board and the Jasper Community Arts Commission has set for any interested private property developers to submit a proposal of interest to take part in the Jasper Cultural Center project. Last night, the committee was updated on inquiries of the advertisement they published earlier this month in search of private developers. The committee recognized the variety of those seeking to learn more about the Jasper Cultural Center project, such as developers and architects alike. Though the committee is waiting until Monday for proposals, last night they brainstormed a possible criteria to use in order to set expectations and be prepared for interviewing potential developer candidates. Members of this committee agreed with the idea of conducting on-site visits to constructed sites that potential developers have already accomplished in order to evaluate their decision on the best fit for this project. Their plan after that is to receive proposals. They will move on doing interviews or on-site visits, and they anticipate deciding which companies will join the project as a private developer towards the end of February. Now, since the project requires a private developer be involved for the approximately $3.4 million in tax credits from the Indiana Economic Development Corporation, this joint committee has taken swift actions in order to get their required components put into place. While the search for private developer proposals has only taken place during the month of January, Director of the Jasper Public Library, Christine Golden, elaborates on the brief deadline to seek developers.
Well, the biggest thing is we're all up against a deadline with this. The idea of a developer came on late. Originally, it was more of an idea of we would look for architects. Then the IEDC really said, to bring home the part with the tax credits, we really wanted to have a developer on board because they do want to see there to be that private development of this project, and that's really, where their interest falls. So that's why we went the development route, but because of the library's deadline with the upcoming referendum in November. The referendum isn't until November, but by mid-June, actually, we have to have everything ready to go as far as our financial commitments to the state so they can start working on all the information they need to get us on the ballot. We don't have to have a complete design by then. We just have to know who we're going to work with and go from there.
As there appears to be a series of steps needed to accomplish prior to setting construction plans for this project, Golden says that if the library has a successful referendum outcome in November of this year, they would sell the bonds towards the end of 2016 or early 2017 with an estimated outlook of perhaps beginning construction of the Jasper Cultural Center in spring of 2017. The Huntingburg Mayor's Office and DuBois County Community Foundation have awarded grants through the 2016 Huntingburg Assistance Fund. The fund, which has been in place for over 20 years, provides local charities with grants to provide need-based services to the less fortunate. Nona Baker, director of the programs for the DuBois County Community Foundation, says during the holiday season, $6,500 in grants were made to charities serving Huntingburg residents, and over $3,300 was contributed to Huntingburg Assistance Fund endowment. Baker says the encouragement of this giving opportunity by the mayor's office and the generosity of the community is appreciated. Grant recipients include TRICAP for assistance with utilities, rent, and medicine for seniors and low-income families, Shared Abundance Christian Ministries for assistance with food to over 300 families, Generations for personal needs care and medical aids for seniors, Huntingburg Housing Authority for food, gas, and personal care needs for its residents, and the Teen Outback for educational programs and assistance for school children. Huntingburg Mayor Denny Spinner says the grant money distributed through the Huntingburg Assistance Fund serves a very important purpose in the community. Spinner says each of this year's recipients have an excellent reputation in providing need-based services, and the city is glad to provide assistance that enables them to continue their services. For more information, please contact Jackie Leakin at Huntingburg City Hall at 812-683-2211 or the DuBois County Community Foundation at 812-482-5295 or dccommunityfoundation.org. DuBois County media were hosted by the Jasper Chamber of Commerce and Rotary Club of Jasper for the annual event, DuBois County The Year in Review. Rotarians and members of the community listened as media representatives presented the top 12 news and top 12 sports stories of 2015. Kurt Guxel of 18 WJTS and myself participated as members of the media. The top stories were proposed by media, and a committee of Rotarians then selected the top stories. For 2015, the top 12 sports stories, number 12 to number 1, were Jasper High School soccer success, Jasper High School cross-country track success, Forest Park's Ben Broniker's football success at Harvard, the DuBois County Amateur Golf Tourney, Jasper High volleyball success, Southridge High School gets a soccer program, Jasper High School football success, Joe Todrank named to the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame, Jasper High School boys and girls tennis success, Jasper girls basketball success, the DuBois County Bombers have a great year, and the number 1 sports story, Jasper High School baseball success. The top 12 news stories of the year, to number 12 to number 1, were Jasper Cultural Center proposal, Jasper Library decides on a location, Rosenvolt Festival in Ferdinand, Double Trouble drug bust, Astra Theater purchase by Next Act, Ireland House fire, Beaver Lake spillway issue, Charles Hofe murder trial, Forest Park Marching Rangers win 4th straight state championship, the Schnellville Sesquicentennial, the Ferdinand 175th, and the number 1 news story of 2015 for DuBois County, the Jasper Mayor's race tie. A Pike County man was taken to jail after he caused a 2-vehicle rear-end accident Wednesday afternoon on Jasper's north side and was later found to be impaired. Jasper police say just after 3:30 p.m. Wednesday, a pickup driven by 26-year-old Ethan Oscathorpe of Petersburg was northbound on Newton Street, just south of 35th. When he told police he slowed for traffic ahead of him. Meanwhile, police say 21-year-old Michael Garber of Winslow was following Oscathorpe, but failed to notice that his pickup had slowed and struck him from behind. An investigation of the crash by police led to Garber initially being cited for following too closely. But then police also determined that Garber was under the influence of alcohol. Police say Garber's blood alcohol content measured at 0.11%. No injuries were reported. Jasper police, that is, estimated damage to Oscathorpe's truck at $3,000, while no damage was sustained to the Garber vehicle. Garber was taken to and booked into the DuBois County Security Center. And this note from the town of Ferdinand: due to an important safety training session, regular trash collection for the town of Ferdinand will not begin until the afternoon of Monday, February 1st. Ferdinand Town Manager Chris James says collection crews will make as many stops as possible that day and will conclude trash collection on Tuesday morning, February 2nd. Residents are asked to place their trash at curbside by 7 a.m. Monday, as they normally would. Bags not collected Monday may remain on the curb overnight, unless there is a concern animals getting into the refuse. If you bring trash in, folks are asked to please put the trash back on the curb by 7 a.m. Tuesday, so it will be collected. If you have any questions, please contact Ferdinand Town Hall at 812-367-2280, or you can email Chris James at the Ferdinand Town Hall. Stay tuned. Weather and sports and Inform with WJTS featuring Joanne Canese of Crisis Connection are still to come on WJTS News.